most of those that are having trouble in debate are often lacking in their case building, like utilizing the 15-minute time to making their cases, and also uh, the fluent English that are going to be challenging when you are doing the debate in and out itself. With that, but those points are severely damaged or needs a lot of support of you as a person to digesting the motion itself. You guys can read this. There's like this four major point. Who's the actor? Actor is like who's involved in the motion, in the debate. What the main point of the motion is, like the main topic of it, type of motion, and where will the motion going to be applied to. As example, ini example yang simple aja ya. This house would bad homework. Nah, I already go ahead and dissect this example di sini. So you can see that this house itu government, so the actor going to be the government, and also anyone that involved around homework. What does that mean? It means that teachers, student, parents, so on and so forth bakal affect dari motion ini. The main point of the motion is to ban any form of homework. This could be seen that dari this house would itu kan akan kan ya. Kayak in general, if this house will so on and so forth, biasanya dia assuming you going to do something about something. Di sini would ban homework means that you going to ban a homework gitu. Since we're talking about homework, it's most likely going to go into the educational case, means that anything related towards knowledge gain, towards self-development or mandatory development in life, such as education, so on and so forth, bisa dibawa. You could say about curriculum, you could say about the fundamental of school, what does homework really do achieve, or the lack of it in this case, and why then we can just having a normal or even better educational progress without a homework gitu. As to where this motion will be applied to, there is no specification kan di sini kayak this has will ban homework. There is like nothing that holds you or lock you into a certain place. Misalnya this house will ban homework in developing country, itu beda lagi. Berarti dia bakal ngeban homework cuman di daerah-daerah atau di bagian negara-negara yang lagi berkembang, such as kayak Indonesia atau apa lagi negara berkembang ya, Timur Timur, so on and so forth. Oke, itu merupakan dissecting dari motion. Sebelum kita lanjut, ada yang mau bertanya nggak? Atau yang mau nambahin case, so on and so forth? No? Aman ya? Oke. Oh, ada yang mau nanya? Oke. Nextly, case building. Case building itu biasanya 15 menit, tapi ada yang there's some that are using 10 minutes to case building. It's different between institute, different between competition, but the normal one, the average use of case building time is 15 minutes. You can see, except that there's a do and don't. Welcome to the case building. It's self-explanatory. You should do discussing the main idea of it to your team. It promotes teamwork and promotes idea exchange so that both of you would know, would develop the motion almost harmonically, and make a more consistent argument, and take advantage of any definition of the material that relevant to the case. It's the same as that understanding motion. Like if you know it was about education, if you know about child, uh, see how children behavior, so on and so forth, you could take advantage of that to building up your case and make the most of that time limit. Make sure within 15 minutes you can. Okay, so in the 15 minute, I know it's sometimes it's really hard to focus, or sometimes it's that those 15 minutes like move so fast. Uh, so yeah, that's the thing that you need to keep in mind, that you need to think hard, fast, and get your argument done as quickly as possible. And as you can see, there's the don't, the thing that you shouldn't do. Cheating or looking up the external clue biasanya itu nggak diperbolehin. But in this case, since ini masih beginner kan, I wouldn't mind kalau ada orang yang ngasih external clue. Although I believe that making yourself accustomed to not actively looking up to the external, such as Google, Wikipedia, or God forbid asking the AI to make your cases, itu bisa dibilang cheating. And most of the time, usually like 90% of the time, the case that are built via this external tool itu sedikit, how do I say this, predictable. There's a pattern to that. Like they will, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't tell the pattern right in here, but yeah, it really, it could easily be distinguished whether or not you are doing it naturally or using that focus stuff. And of course, obviously, you shouldn't eat your building paper because it's not food. Although when you're case building, you can bring food or beverage towards case building, so it's not prohibited to do that unless the committee or unless the championship really wants you to not eat, which is kind of questionable, honestly. Okay, now I guess it's the last point. This is the last point, is to make the argument itself. To make a complete argument, the speech, most of the time, when you're making an argument, there's these 3 points. Like, firstly, you have background, you have mechanism, and you have an argument. What's background, what's mechanism, what's argument? Kita bakal lihat next. There you go. How do you do background? Background itu, it's like opening speech. It's like bab 1 dari laporan. It's like pendahuluan. As you can see, di pendahuluan itu kan biasanya ada kayak latar belakang, ada rumusan masalah, and then ada yang mau dijawab kan. Nah, basically itu, there is like your background, the status quo, describing about the status quo that happened, describing about any relevant cases that could be highlighted about the aforementioned motion and your cases, so on and so forth, itu ditaruh di bagian paling awal. And then you could say highlighting the issue or the errors that are happening around those topics, while also simultaneously tells your stance or deliver your point of view as to why you support and or not supporting the debate in and of itself. Jadi, so that is background. Yeah. Mechanization atau mechanism itu, this one not always used in all debate. Mechanism is used when you are need to make a institution, when you are need to make a rule, so on and so forth. it most often happens when you're having that this household debate, the THW. That is when mechanism is needed. If the debate type is like this house believe that, or this house would rather, so on and so forth, yang dia lebih nge-compare idea satu ke idea yang lain, you usually doesn't need to use a mechanism, but you need to compare the mechanization yang ada di case A dan di case B. Jadi itu mekanisme. Mechanism itself is how you perceive the motion. It's like how would you do it? If the argument is your why and your background is your what, when, and who, your mechanization is your how you do stuff. So what does it mean? It means that in mechanism, you need to tell the judges, you need to deliver it, deliver your judges the idea of that you have this blueprint, you have this like regulation that would work, that is so explicit to the point that it may work. It doesn't always need to be picture perfect, because at the end of the day, in debate, there is no argument or no point of idea that are perfect. There's always be something that you are compromising. There's something that you are losing when you to decision maker, and that's okay. But your point in mechanism is to make it not just believable, make it plausible. If you know what I mean. Now, okay. Now for the argument itself, it's if you have if we like dissecting, we have this 10 minutes of motion release. You could ask the committee about what's the meaning of A, what's the meaning of B, so on and so forth. And then you have 15 minutes to case building. That is for you to cook up this argument, so on and so forth. And in argument, when you are standing and you are in debate, there's like 2 minutes of background. This is not set in stone, but I often like 2 minutes of background, 1 minute of my mechanism, and the rest like 4 minutes is for my argument. What is argument itself? Argument itu dibagi dua. So there's a title of an argument. It's like judul, like itu ada example-nya, like why does banning homework is important, or what's benefit on banning homework, so on and so forth. And then there's the main argument itself. The main argument is most of the time is just your explanation. This often conclude into RL assertion, reasoning, evidence, and link back. Assertion is like your main statement. Reasoning is to your reason, your why to support the assertion that you make. Evidence is then again the linking back to the status quo, linking back to the cases, the relevant cases that happen, and also the link back itself is like the final statement, like therefore we believe that by blah 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 banning homework would be way more beneficial towards the educational system yang kayak gitu kan. That is the main argument. There's a pro tip that if you want to if you want to take advantage to what I think is a good template for you to make an argument. But yeah, this is all like by me. It doesn't always need to be like this, but it just an additive. So yeah, that's it. That's basically all of the debate from start to finish. Like from you getting the motion, making the argument, and then actually delivering the argument itself. Okay, we could have Q&A session kalau kalian pengen. Ada yang mau ditanya nggak? Rahel, oke. Kalau kita sekalian kita bedah kasus gitu. representing this, and then this one. Okay, now we are in Word. Ini kelihatan kan teksnya? Yeah, we have a rel. Kan tadi udah tahu sih nih assessment listening example sama link back nggak salah. Itu basically statement atau judul. Biasanya domain statement dari rel tuh kayak I believe that okay. Ada yang di sini ada yang mau nge-suggest ini nggak, mosi nggak? Does anyone out here mau ngasih mosi? Apalah kasus apa gitu yang bisa dibahas di sini? No? Oke. Okay. Kita ngambil random gitu. Ini. Nah, okay. So we have this case. We have this motion. There you go. This house would introduce mandatory parental course for all future parents. Ini ada yang mau ditanyain nggak? Jelas nggak ini? Maksudnya apa? Ada yang mau ditanya? Oke, jelas ya. So, if I were to make an argument about this, also kalau ada yang mau nanya, feel free buat pakai chat, nggak apa-apa ya. Use raise hand, and then aku bakal ngecek chat juga gitu. Okay, firstly, ada main statement. Biasanya itu kayak this house would introduce mandatory parental course for all future parents. Jadi kita di opening government ya, kita di atau bagian formatif atau yang tujuan motion gitu. Main statementnya bisa. Main statementnya itu bebas kan, but usually first speaker itu kayak why do we want to have parental courses to begin with? This is the main statement. It's like a question atau bisa statement sih, bisa juga question. It's bebas. We can do this atau we should have parental course for today's age of parental. Ini either way bisa. That is the main statement. It's basically your title to what would you set for your debate, like what is the main point of your debate, your argument in and of itself. So that's the main statement atau RL, affirmative. R is reasoning. It's alasan atau argument atau apa lagi ya? Isi argument. R in RL is reasoning, which alasan atau main argument. Soalnya sobat. Misalnya kita punya main statementnya kan, why do we want to have a parental course to begin with? Kita ngasih reasonnya, kenapa parental course itu dianggap penting banget saat ini. Ada yang mau ngejawab nggak dari pertanyaan ini? Why do we want to have a parental courses to begin with? Anyone? No? Okay. We could have an argument is that the quality of parenting right now is worse than the status quo previously. Itu bisa jadi alasannya. Tapi kalau kayak gini kan sedikit ambigus tuh. Cuman the quality parenting right now is worse than status quo previously. Is that enough? When you're like out there talking for 4 minutes, usually this for your are sedikit kurang. Like that. Doesn't mean that this is a wrong approach. You could then again say that uh, as the motion suggests, going for a full course on parenting because we believe that with set courses you could have not just as good but better parenting or, or better parent so that they could have a more harmonical family gitu. Jadi TLDR-nya alasannya bukan cuma satu kalimat, but you could also kind of have a reason for your reason so that it look more complete or it look more believable. Because when you're just saying that the quality of parenting right now is worse than the status quo previously, people would second guess that kayak masa sih gitu. Makanya itu this is the reason. You could definitely bisa nambahin lagi kayak communal family itself is the utmost ideal because that way the children would have an optimal growth as time goes on kayak gitu. So you could have another reason from your reason to your reason. Means that for your main argument, the possibility are basically as much as you wanted. But keep in mind, more doesn't always mean better. You need to make sure that your point A, point B, point C that making this main statement itu nyambung dan make sense. Itu adalah R, no E. E itu example atau contoh atau apa lagi ya? You can also use this, but me personally enggak, soalnya mager. If we use this kayak, why do we want parental courses to begin with? Our reasoning is that the quality of parenting is worse. And if you have a course about parenting, you could have a good but also a better parent, so that it will be harmonic. Harmonical. I think it's a hard typo, but this one's good. Oh. Harmonical family itself is almost ideal because blah, 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 blah. Example of that is that this you could say that like a look at tiger, parenting, or the slender, or like black mom, or the in famous you on Yeah, kayak gini. This is like the example of it. So this one is a bit sini, and then just there you go. Example is like anything yang bisa ngebagusin reasoning, yang make sense gitu loh. Tapi kan kalau cuma ini kan cuma argumen doang. And when you tell the audience, tell the judges, so on and so forth, that there is a tangible or gimana caranya ya? There is a real life implication on to the worst parent, the quality of parenting that works in this previously. This itu bukan cuma bullshit. There is actually happening as example that right here gitu. And also you could also double down dari example ini. This proves to you that quality of parenting right now is lacking. And works in a selective way depending on where you are with courses. We can equalize on how to optimally work as a parent gitu. Also keep in mind ya, ini aku literally kayak bikin argumen ini on the fly, so there might be like reasoning yang kurang bagus, so on and so forth. Jadi ini cuma example-nya doang. Obviously there is like a more better main statement, main argument, so on and so forth yang bisa dipakai, but for a fly I think this is pretty good enough. And then L tuh feedback tadi itu kalau nggak salah, feedback itu cuma closing statement. Kalau kita benar-benar ngeliatin dari fungsionalnya itu kalimat penguat doang. Ini kayak only like 1 or 2 words. Biasanya sih yang paling simple itu therefore bla bla. Kalau di case ini kayak therefore it is important for us to, jadi gimana? Bisa mengetahui soal having these courses toward any future parents gitu. And with that, how do you make this stop? You know. So yeah, this will be, ini udah jadi satu argumen. I believe if you speak about, kalau you use this as an argument, I think this is basically like already 1 minute of your speaker time. So dari habis, if you after you describing your background, describing your mechanism, so on and so forth, if each point were like 1 minute, that's already 3-minute time. It's already like 1/3 of your debating speech time. And yeah, after you see how to making argument, 7 minutes looks and seems to be quite, it's not a lot for you to making a complete argument. But yeah, itu sih yang bedain. Makanya pas satu ranking you guys itu memang expected buat first time debaters, soalnya itu buat 1 menit ke bawah. Soalnya itu idea itu kalau misalnya dia nggak dijabarin, ya cuma one liner doang kan, cuma lama. Ya, so ini contoh kasus yang ada dari debate. Any question? Atau oh, oke oke. Silakan Abigail. Oke, jelas ya. Oh, hmm, kalau gitu. I think kita udah study kasus untuk this kind of motion. Kalian udah ngerti main statement kayak mana, main argument kayak apa, sample, and then also link back. Do you guys want atau pengen nyoba bikin argumen aja? Kayak it doesn't matter time-nya berapa, tapi aku ngasih mosi di sini, and then satu-satu gitu buat nyoba bikin argumen gimana? Aman kak? Oke, ini sebagai exercise kalian ya kalau gitu. Mau apa yang milihin debate-nya atau apa yang milihin motionnya atau kalian yang milihin motionnya? Dari kalian? Boleh. Really? Oke oke. Padahal seru tau. Kayak motion aja kan nggak berat tuh. Kayak introduce mandatory parental courses. Not hard. Tapi Pak, jadi kayak you could say that pada satu kuliah ada kayak 2 SKS tentang parenting, so on and so forth. So, oke, gue tunggu ya. Oh yeah, by the way, going to like motion, there is there is motion yang susah dimengerti, but most of the time, ya motion itu pasti ada bagus jeleknya. So as long as kalau kalian lagi milih nih ya, as long as kalian ngerti TLDR-nya buat apa, I think it's good enough. Okay. This sounds regret the qualification of hustle. And you say my emotion is hard. Okay, this one is very specific. That could be good or bad, depending on how you're approaching this motion. Okay, kalian mau penjelasan tentang motion ini dulu atau kalian mau langsung accept buat motion apa sih argument making? Aman semua? Oke. Kalau gitu kita bakal mulai timer. I guess karena ini cuma bikin argumen, harusnya nggak susah kan ya. Ini apa yang ada 7, so that's 6 people. Di sini 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus, sorry 5. I guess persennya ikut kayak itu. Oke, kalau gitu gini ya. Rule-nya there will be 2 orang yang kontra, 3 orang pro. Aku nggak ngechat ini, so listen carefully. This house trigger the glorification of hustle culture. So, Mawar bakal jadi government, Alia jadi government, Abigail Limbong jadi government. Sisa 2-nya, Zara sama Ivana bakal jadi opposition. Kalau gitu. Ini cuma argument making doang. So, anggap kalian emang bener-bener first speaker. Dan buat opposition, kalian bisa ngepick any of the government buat jadi rebuttal kalau kalian mau nambahin itu. But kalau enggak juga nggak apa-apa. I expect karena aku tadi explanation bikin argumen itu total 3 menit dan kalian kemarin tuh rata-rata ngomongnya kayak speaker time-nya 1 menit. So I believe 2 menit should be fair. Remember, itu when you making argument, itu kalau kalian benar-benar ngejelasin pasti bakal bisa nyampe time limit itu. Ready? Ada yang mau ditanyain? So mereka bakal ngedebate. Mawar, Abigail sama Alia jadi government. Itu speaker, jadi government ngomong dulu semua, and then baru opposition. opposition bisa milih governmentnya yang mana yang mau diribat, kayak tinggal kasih tahu aja aku terlibat dari speaker dari Abigail, atau misalnya aku ngeribat speaker dari Mawar, so on and so forth. Jadi kayak gitu. Jadi full direct government dan full direct opposition. Ini cuma buat argument making doang. So yeah, any question? Mau include going once, going twice. Oke, timernya kelihatan ya. Oke, without further ado, kalau gitu argument making start from lah guys. Oke, time's up. Gimana? Gimana kita argumen? Mulai berargumen nih. Does any one of you have a question? Atau ngerasa kurang, ada yang kurang kan? Atau masa bingung? So on and so forth? Ada nggak? Oke. Tadi siapa aja yang Ops itu Ivana and Zahra. So ada Abi, Mawar sama satu lagi dong. Oke. So either Abi sama Mawar. Siapa yang mau jadi duluan? Gak jadi gak momen. Oke, ikut. Oh, oke. Boleh. Oke, without further ado, let's for Abi. For Abi, time is all yours. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Abigail. We spent roughly 4 minutes. That's already quite a good improvement. Okay, next government itu selain Ivana sama itu. Okay, Mawar. Without further ado, Mawar, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, sir. Um, Good afternoon, everyone. As a part of the pro team, I believe that glorification of hustle culture in self-improvement on platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and is something we don't need to be critical of. It may look inspiring, but in many cases, it actually cause more harm than good. Like, we're human beings, right? And not all humans are the same. We all different life, different situation, different capacities. Like, works for one person might not work for someone else. So when people on TikTok or YouTube say things like wake up 4 a.m., go to the gym, read 5 books a week. Like, I mean, good for them, but not everyone can do that. For example, like some people have school for early morning to evening. Then maybe they help at home and they have to do part-time jobs. I think that's not realistic to expect them to do hustle 24 20 24/7. And then they see all this video and saying, if you're not grinding, you're lazy, blah blah blah. And it's just make them feel guilty, like they're not enough. That's not helpful. That's just a pressure, I think. I think self-improvement is a good, yeah, but it should be something that support us, not something that makes us feel bad. So yeah, I just think we don't have to follow those hustle culture trends because everyone's life is different. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's a fine speak. You spent 2 minutes and four. Well, 2 minutes and 50 each second ako tadi itulah startnya. So next, as the only surviving opposition, Ivana, time is yours. Hello, you there?
Hello, am I
Okay,
audible?
okay, you're audible.
Yeah, I don't get it. Can I do rebuttals? What do I do here, Philip?
Yeah, yeah. You can choose any of their cases, or if you want to flex all of them, buat nanti di rebuttal and also bring your own case as an opposition. It's that easy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. My speech. Wait. We'll start in three, two, one. The government bench has told you about. They have described their own version of the hustle culture in social media, which is fake hustlers, influencers, just to the government bench painted the hustle culture people to uh, as if they're trying to dismiss or minimize other people's efforts in their work. Wait, the first government, the first government said that hustling is it's gonna make other people that is not quote unquote a hustler to not believe in themselves, not to validate their work, their efforts, yada yada yada. And the thing is about hustling is that they don't target to dismantle your confidence. They're targeting this type of content is targeted to build your confidence, right? It's to target that, oh, I can do this, so can you. I've never seen a hustle culture influencer trying to do like, I've got a Lamborghini, you can't do it because you're lazy. The message they typically send out is that I've got a Lamborghini, so can you. So I'm expressing the first government's argument. And the second argument is that, oh, well, if they're hustling, then good for them, but not everybody wants to hustle. See, that's the problem. Not everybody wants to hustle. Well, where ideally hustling could be toned down, or you can custom your hustle percentage in your life, and you still have to hustle because you have to work, you have to eat, you have to do chores. Like, I get it, we can be lazy, and our standards of how we portion our hard work in our everyday lives are different, but we still have to get out of bed. So the target of these type of contents is to get people to get up. And yeah, it's good for them. It's good for everyone. That's why hustle culture is telling people to do stuff. It's encouraging people to do work and to do their work diligently. The second argument from the second government, this is so weird. Second government said that the hustle culture is some other people to do stuff. Okay, read a book, wash your dishes, or as if they're telling you to do something else. When hustle culture is typically basically just saying just to be diligent in whatever you do. You're a cook, be diligent in cooking. You're a policeman, be a diligent policeman. It's not trying to make you do the things that they do. It's trying to encourage you to do the best at what you do, to be very diligent in what you do. Now, entering my argument is that, hustle culture targets to empower individuals to have ambition in their life, to have a vague painting of their future and what they want to do. And how is glorifying a good ideal reaction towards this trend in type of content is that glorifying it motivates it. Glorifying it means it reaches a bunch of people. And as the government says, well, yeah, not a lot of people wants to hustle. It's likely the best. It's better to have a bare minimum of people encouraging you to hustle than people encouraging you to slouch. And glorifying these type of content that empowers you to do hard work, it shifts your mindset to foster your personal growth and what you do in life. So let's say I'm a college student. I can hardly get up to class. And if watching other people get up to class can get me to class, well, that's it. That is also a part of the hustle community, so to say. And not all the outliers that the government painted out to be, the fake influencers, the fake, oh, I have a Lamborghini, you can also do it when you work hard. I don't think that is a worthy representative to the hustle culture community in social media. Also, the hustle culture does not dismiss the does not dismiss the failure of a person. It actually showcases how you can grow in your hard work. So this contradicts the first government's argument on how it can break your confidence, as if all of the members of the hustle culture community has never failed, which is not true. Everyone has failed, and everyone typically in the content and trends, they usually showcases how they built this business, this A business. Oh, I lost $100 million in making this business. And it's actually just an inspiration type of story. Like when you listen to a motivation speaker, are you going to do everything that they say? Wake up at 4, get chai latte, everything? No. But it's just good to hear because you feel like you're going to you're worthy enough to have an ambition in your life. This is what hustle culture is targeted on, supposed to be, and it's not as toxic and as more so the government describes. I think it's closer towards flexing, not instead of hustling. So yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, that's all in all, like 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Thank you for that, for the flying speech. Okay, now, before kita ngedisek satu-satu dari dari argumen kalian, is there any question? Second option. Parah banget. Oke, ada yang mau ditanyain, ada yang mau ngasih masukan, etc.
Maksudnya konstruktif apa gimana?
Dari mereka gitu, kayak dari
Oke.
ini.
Nanti itu konstruktif aja deh.
Oke. Gua mau tefaku. Oi. Oke. Kalau gitu, aku bakal general. Anda mau konstruktif siapa?
Tadi baru balik ya, cuma dengar Mawar sama Ivana doang.
Oke, do you want to take them? Jadi aku general sama Abigail.
Oke, untuk Mawar, main konstruktif itu you just need to speak longer, you just need to talk about more things in your debate, right? Tahu itu nggak, Arel? Udah diajarin Arel belum?
Apa Mister? Kurang kedengaran.
Halo, cek kedengaran nggak nih?
Udah.
Oke, Mawar udah pernah diajarin Arel belum?
Belum, Mister.
Belum, oke. Jadi dalam debat itu ada strukturnya ya dalam penyampaian argumen. Namanya itu singkatannya AREL. Argumentation, Reasoning, Evidence, Link Back. Misalnya, tadi mosinya kan, apa tadi mosinya? This house regrets the glorification of hustle culture and self-improvement content on platforms like TikTok and YouTube, right? Arguments. We believe that the glorification of hustle culture in itself is bad, right? That's let's say that's the main argument, right? Focus on the motion, hustle culture on platforms like TikTok and YouTube. So, what is hustle culture? Who is promoting hustle culture? The glorification, right? Who is promoting this? Influencers, right? We believe that this is bad because the influencers exploit the target audience for hustle culture by selling them things like online courses, telling them that you can be successful if you follow my class for $5,000. That's exploitative. That's exploitative. Yeah, exploitative, right? Especially for the main target audience for this kind of hustle culture, quote unquote, like young men is the biggest target audience, right? We believe that because it exploits young males, and when they are at their most impressionable and will cause them bad things in the future, blah 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 blah. Evidence is you can write examples like I don't know, like Jake Paul or like Logan Paul that's selling classes for their audience and blah blah blah, like that, right? And then link back, and you say that link it back again what the evidence and the reasoning to the arguments to strengthen why this is bad, right? You follow that formula of debating, and if you just follow that formula, you can get at least like 5 minutes at the minimum just on one or two arguments if you follow that formula for debating. So my main inputs or like constructives for you would just be to try speaking more, right? You have 10 minutes to case build. Just write down everything that comes into your head that you might want to talk about during your speech, and usually it comes to your mind. Right. The second bit, the other constructives is for Ivana. Ivana, I don't know. You're debating against beginners. I can't really give too much constructives, right? If you want me to actually give you useful constructives, go debate people who are already at your level of fuck you on your level of experience, right? But because you're debating beginners, like I would not focus so much on your rebuttals, right? You're debating beginners. Like there's a lot of holes in there. Like if you are going for the win, then you can go rebut every single one of their arguments. But that doesn't leave you enough time for you to actually flesh out your own arguments, right? Because what I hear from you, like half of it, or like 80% of it, is just rebuttals, right? You don't have that many arguments of your own, right? And you can, I guess, win by pure merit of beating them, but you do not like in the higher levels of debating. You're not gonna make it far just doing that. Right? You need to work on your own ability to present your argument, to convince the judges, and to, you know what I mean. So yeah, that's basically it for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Bo for the perspective. Okay, me in general wise, okay. I believe all of you guys udah ada improvement dari first time. Well, I believe it's your very first time debating pas waktu kalian mengambil tugas itu. Applause to you guys, that was very good. Dari satu kali latihan. But even so, I believe what Bowo already told is still remain true. Is that feel free buat nge-express atau buat nge-develop more dari even just for a word like Bowo kasih contoh tentang hustling culture itu bisa banyak banget. It can be a lot, especially if you combining self hustling to self improvement. We could say that hustle culture itu bisa jadi a way of your self improvement, but also we're talking about content, meaning hustle culture for self improvement in content wise means what? It's more of a showcasing. Means what? Even if as what Ivana bilang itu tentang self development is motivation for you to do hustle, to showcase that people can achieve this just by I don't know, drop shipping or so on and so forth. It still show that there is a gap between individuals with comparatively minuscule effort dari yang udah dilakuin saat itu kasusnya buat Oji ya. Nah makanya itu baru bisa masuk dari kayak argumennya dari Abigail, is that it give very high standard and also spreading some kind of FOMO tentang influencer standard of being rich, so on and so forth. Nah dari itu kan kalau kayak gitu lebih nyambung tuh case-nya, jadi background-nya jadi lebih masuk dari itu judges dan everyone lebih ngerti gimana caranya bisa ada standar ini. Itu sih general ya. Cuman lack of bukan lack sih. Ada informasi yang bisa ditambahin yang bakal lebih bagus buat jadi bridging antara main point argument. Now kita ke Abigail. Abigail, have you join yang pas itu grup kalian latihan sih, pengambilan video debate? I see. Okay. So right off the bat, ini udah quite a stellar improvement. I mean, dari 1 ke 4, you basically 4 times your progress. So that's good. That's really good. You also ngasih info tentang kayak maksudnya influencer itu di mana sih, di such as IG, YouTube, basically any social media masuk di argumen Anda, and also it give high standard dari showcasing hustling culture itu, and you also give an information that people most of the time lebih having that how do I say this, that shepherd effect, that people will trust someone that a lot of people trust. In this case, it's influencer, and it somehow impose a standard about how you can see yourself as being productive or seeing yourself as being successful, so on and so forth. I think this is already a good enough approach toward describing the emotion. Bisa lebih, but this is already good. And you also improve the, not improve, you also speak about influencer standard itself, and the bad thing about failing the standard, without increasing the moral of someone, making people frustrated or even questioning their lives, so on and so forth. As an example, is you gave that boyfriend standard thing that, you know, even a YouTuber can buy a Lambo, so on and so forth. Nah, kayaknya kayak there's a stigma that a boyfriend need to be at least having that 6-figure, tall, and Prince Charming, so on and so forth dari influencer. So it's going to be toxic. And you also give a conclusion. This is formula-wise is already good. It's use all of the main idea or all of the main example of making an argument yang kita pelajarin hari ini. One thing that I would say, kalau memang dari yang if I need to say kurangnya, is that you could be more evil towards this worst case scenario. Kayak, of course, yes, making questioning life, so on and so forth. You could just say that even when someone follow the influencer, they would oftentimes would also flexing their achievement. So jadi kayak even if that the FOMO itu work buat someone, itu ngasih mereka motivation, so on and so forth, chances are mereka yang termotivasi buat jadi kayak influencer itu, buat se-hustle itu, pasti mereka juga butuh gratification. Karena apa? Because the idea of people following someone itu buat biar mirip. Dan kalau miripnya influencer itu dia nge-showcase, mereka nge-show off, so on and so forth, bakal ada lebih banyak lagi orang yang show off. Jadi, it gives this very destructive cycle to the loser keep losing and the winner keep shitting on the loser. Jadi gitu. Jadi kan kalau kayak gini kan jadi tangibility-nya kan lebih kena nih. Jadi seolah-olah nggak ada jalan yang benar dengan adanya influencer, hustle culture yang ada di influencer gitu. Gimana? Ngerti nggak? Nggak apa-apa, itu udah normal. For any new debater buat sama kayak, kok gak kepikiran ini ya, itu that's already normal because POV orang kan beda-beda, ya kan? So approaching dari argumennya masih beda juga. Oke, guys, itu sih yang bisa gue ngomongin tentang Abigail. Jadi pretty good improvement, dan buat Mawar juga dari pas satu tuh net, well at least in general debate kemarin tuh net 1 menit jadi 2.50, basically 3 menit. So it's 3 times the improvement. So yeah, all in all, walaupun nggak semuanya datang, ini kan juga opsional kan ya. I believe that kalian jadi lebih ngerti tentang debating. And yeah, kalian mau debat lagi nggak? Nggak ya? Oke, make sense. Gimana yuk? I guess itu sih additional classes regarding about debate. There is a bit of drama di meet ini, but all in all, I hope kalian bisa lebih ngerti lagi tentang debating, tentang how you make an argument, utilizing that 15 minutes to case building. Don't worry about the chat. There is some sassy chat in there, but yeah, all in all, I hope materinya bisa masuk. And before I officially end it, ada yang